the faceless, shunned by society, gifted and hated, constant to blind us see. Now you make the walls surrounding us, reiterate them all to mounds of dust, trying to shut us down when we
Johnnie Lagrange, Bald Dog Project.
All right.
Yeah.
What are you playing for Bald Dog Project?
Lead guitar player, lead singer.
Lead guitar player and singer. That is that a three-piece?
Yes, just three-piece. John Walden is our drummer, and currently Scarlett. The hell, Scarlett's last name? Drew a blank. Scarlett from Non-Slug is going to be playing bass with us for a while.
Okay. Y'all have anything out right now?
New music.
Yeah.
We're writing right now.
Okay.
We took a break for a while.
Mm-hmm. 'Cause y'all were performing already, I know.
We've been performing a lot.
Yeah.
And then our old bass player, the original bass player for the Bald Dog Project, decided one day, he had been hitting around to it for a while, and then one day it's like, man, I'm done.
Yeah.
It's like, we've been playing music together since we were fucking kids. Mm-hmm. Man, can I curse on here?
Sure.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
We've been playing music together since we were kids.
Yeah.
And one day
that was it.
he was like, man, I'm done.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, bro. I mean, we talk all the time. You know, we're still good friends. He's one of my best friends.
Yeah.
And he just didn't want to play anymore.
Yeah.
I was like, I dig it, man, you know? So we kind of sat back for a while and regrouped, and then started looking for a bass player.
Yeah.
Got a bass player again, and, you know, that didn't work out this go around. And right now, Scarlett's going to be playing bass for us.
Sure.
And me and him are still writing. So we'll hopefully put out something this year.
All right, gotcha.
Hope put out something new this year.
Yeah, okay.
So, but
slide forward just a little bit so it's not. That's fine. Yeah, I mean it's fluid, dude. It's constantly moving and changing. I would imagine.
yeah,
I want to go back, like way back when you were growing up and you were kind of listening to whatever was around you, something your parents were listening to, and then maybe you started picking up on your own tastes and things like that. Were you an only child?
no,
No? Okay, so you had siblings? Older
yeah.
siblings?
I have two sisters and a brother.
Okay. So there was a lot of music. I mean, there was a lot of different influence in your house, a lot of tastes.
Yeah. My family is from around the Lafayette area, so a lot of French music.
Okay.
A lot of French music when we was kids, you know, and a lot of country music. I'm still a huge country music fan.
Sure.
Love country music, you know. I still love French music. I just don't listen to it as all the time like when we were kids, you know.
Sure.
So there was a lot of that bouncing around.
Yeah.
A lot of that. And then it's like every other kid, man, you hear Black Sabbath for the first time, you're like, holy shit. The fuck is this?
Right.
So, you know, typical just like everybody else, man. Everybody listens to rock and roll music. You know, you start out with the Chuck Berry and,
Yeah.
you know, and eventually somebody turns you on to Slayer.
Yeah.
You know, and just my taste in music is pretty broad.
I would imagine so, especially with roots music like Zydeco and Cajun music.
Yeah.
To start off with. And it's funny because that incorporates so many different instruments.
It does, man. The first time I saw, when I was a kid, I saw Joel Saunier at a fair, you know, and my cousins used to take me to see cool stuff like that, you know, and everybody spoke French. Everybody still speaks French over there, you know, and when you're that young and you see somebody on stage with an, you know, accordion or, you know, got the fiddle out, man, you're like, I don't know.
You knew it could do that.
For me, I was like, that's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
You know, and then, you know, it just goes from there, pretty much.
For me, live music is just like electric shock. It just jolts my system. Like, it makes the hair stand up on the back of my neck. It quickens my pulse. I feel all these things, and it's like it just takes over, dude.
I was talking to someone yesterday about live versus recorded music. Recorded music, to me, recorded music's fucking great.
Sure.
There's so many studio tricks that you can do. When you go see it live sometimes, like, well, this ain't the same, you know?
Yeah.
I love live music.
Sure.
I love live music. I've seen Queensryche live, and they were fucking perfect.
Yeah.
I've seen Candlebox live. They were fucking perfect.
Yeah.
I've seen Nirvana, Soundgarden, Alice in Chains, you know, all the grunge bands. Studio Alice in Chains, live Alice in Chains in the 90s. Mm-hmm. It was different. Live was so much better. You feel it. Like you say, make the fucking hair on your back and your neck stand up. You're like, it's fucking awesome.
You know, it's funny that, and I draw this assimilation sometimes when I'm speaking on my childhood or talking to somebody about their childhood. It connects a few dots when you see people live because it brings like this humanizing element to it to where it's not just because people on TV aren't real to us or people on the radio aren't exactly real to us.
So I was thinking, it makes it real.
And then, and then so when you see somebody that's from your part of town that kind of walks like you, talks like you, looks like your parents or you know, like you can relate to them. There's something that you can reach out and touch about them. And then to see them kick ass on stage is like, oh, wait, I'm not too far from this road that these other people are on. Like, we're all the same. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It makes it seem more attainable. It's kind of like if you had people, I don't know if you did or not, but if you had people in your family that played any music instruments, you know?
No.
No, you didn't?
No.
Some people that have, let's say, an aunt or an uncle or a father or somebody that plays, they're on it really quickly because it connects the dots for them. It's like you too can do this. You don't have to be on TV. You don't have to be on the late night show. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to be a number one hit artist on the radio. You could do this. You know.
You know, every time I'm out and about, like, which isn't too often, unfortunately, man, I work a lot.
Sure.
You know, I've got family at home and
This
stuff.
is the second time you and I tried to connect because the first time you called to work.
Yeah. And then, but recently, forget the name of the thing. It was for the Mushroom Fire. Benefit thing. Yeah. Well, I'm in the parking lot and I'm sitting out there smoking my little vape thingy, and I'm like, "This is gonna be real cool, man." And I see fucking Kyle Thomas pull up. Mm-hmm. He gets out of his truck. He's like, "Hey, buddy, how you doing?" And I'm like, "Dude, I was just watching Exhorder shit the other day, you know." And I'm shaking the dude's hand. Yeah. You know, and he sits there and talks to you. He's just a regular fucking dude. Yeah. But then you look at videos and he's in front of 20,000 fucking people, and it's like, this cat lives, I guess he lives in Metairie, I don't know, you know, or Kenner or wherever he lives. Yeah. But he's local. Yeah. And he's still, it's like, this is fucking Exhorder. Right. You know what I mean? Yeah. And you go and you watch him, and he's got the Blue Monday project, you know, that's pretty fucking cool, you know, and it's like, man, this is a real fucking dude that's from the same place we're all from, bro, and he's still from here. Yeah,
I'm not going to say I couldn't believe it, but it was just so reassuring to me that I was on the right path, that I was doing the right thing, that I would sit down with, you brought up Exhorder, I sat down and interviewed Vinny LaBella, and he and I talked, I forget what it was, an hour and a half, 2 hours. It was like a neighbor or a friend. Right. It was just like, and we're still in touch. We still talk. We're still, I mean, like you, I don't get out much because I'm at work all the time too, but he's always like, come meet me here, come do this there, or whatever. But just like run-of-the-mill, next-door neighbor, old friend type of guy. I felt like I grew up with him after talking to him for a while. Just, you know, down to earth, man. And that's so reassuring to me because I feel like doing what I'm doing for the right reasons, for the right people. You know what I'm saying? These are not snobs that couldn't piss on you if you was on fire. These are people, you know, that'll come bring you something if you need it, or look out for you, or call their friend to help you, whatever. You know, like, these are real good people.
You know, I think
that Louisiana's full of them, dude.
When I think about that kind of stuff, man, I'm like, on a mega level, like, do you think some cat's sitting over at a fucking local pizza joint in New York, Brian, fucking like Gene Simmons would walk in and be like, "Hey, buddy, how you doing?" You know, like, "Hey, man, you're Gene Simmons." "Yeah, man. Hey, Barry, mind if you want a slice of pizza or something?" You know what I mean? I don't know if that would happen.
It's hard to say.
Do they reach a point to where it's fans get too fan, where they can't function?
I don't know that I would think that they just get burnt out because they get overexposed. Do you know what I mean? If they're like you or I, you wouldn't like being having to be on 24/7. Do you know what I mean? After a while, you'd be like, "Fuck you! I don't know you, but fuck." You know what I'm saying? Like, you wouldn't
I don't know,
want to be around
man.
people, you know, just like you said before we started recording, you were talking about not wanting to have neighbors.
Yeah.
Kind of the same.
I'm not a
thing.
neighbor guy.
And it's not because you're a bad guy, it's just because you like your privacy. And if they feel like you feel, which they probably do, you know, they could probably get burnt out. You know?
Yeah, maybe so. I'd rather be out in the woods in the middle of nowhere, to be honest with you.
Right?
You know,
I
but
mean, different phases in life. I can remember when I couldn't sit on the couch at home. I had to be out in the streets somewhere doing something.
yeah.
And now I'm the opposite.
Yeah, man, I'm 49 years old now.
Things change, you know?
Yeah, things have changed. When I was in my 20s, it was every day.
Right.
You know, out in the bar rooms, partying, having a good time. But I was 20.
Yeah.
You know?
I lived in Fat City for a while, and that was like,
Yeah.
I mean, at least that's what they tell me, you know?
Yeah, I lived off Severn a long time ago, man. And
Yeah, I was on Division.
yeah, it was the height of going psycho.
Yeah.
But then, like you say, you get older and you start slowing down a little bit.
A little bit for your safety, at least, and everybody else's, you know?
Pretty much for mine and everybody else's, yeah.
So tell me, you were talking about how you had older siblings, and you told me about how your parents were showing you some country artists and some Zydeco musicians, Cajun musicians. What did your siblings bring to the table?
I had two older sisters that were girls, you know, so they were listening to like Madonna and, you know, shit like that, Culture Club and stuff like that, you know, you like, cause I still dig Culture Club, you know, cause they were just had good music, you know, Tears for Fears, one of the most underrated fucking bands in history.
Sure.
I love Tears for Fears. I was like, how did, these guys had mega stardom. Why? What happened between then and now? Because I think they just put something out.
Yeah.
And I'm like, these guys are still fucking amazing.
Yeah.
You know, so we listened to a lot of that, you know, and a lot of 80s pop music, you know, growing up then, you know, and...
80s was a weird time for me.
It was.
I feel like.
But then, you know, you get your first blue jean jacket, you know,
Right.
and you get turned on to Testament and Iron Maiden, you know, like these bands are, holy shit, these guitar players are fucking amazing.
Yeah.
You know, and then Master Puppets and shit like that, you know, and you start listening to like South of Heaven came out and fucking So Far So Good, So What, Megadeth, and you're like, as learning to play guitar, you know, I got my first guitar when I was like 6 years old, some little plastic piece of shit, but I fell in love with it instantly.
Nice.
You know, and I was like, this thing's fucking great. And the only thing I know how to do is just slide on the string, you know.
Sure.
Man, listen to the noise this thing makes. And I still do that. You know, I look at my drum and I'm like, he's like, stop. Stop fucking doing that.
Yeah.
But when you hear those type of guitar players, man, and then, you know, you listen like Stevie Ray Vaughan, Buddy Guy,
These
Eric
guys, where are they
Clapton.
coming from for you? Your brother? Was your brother introduced
No,
you to
my
that?
brother listened to fucking rap music.
Really?
Yeah. Later on in life, he started listening to more same stuff I listen to now, you know, and I'm still listening to 80s thrash, you know, and then like I says, you go turn the key on in my truck right now, it's on fucking country music station, you know, I'm listening to 94.9 all the time, really.
Yeah.
You know, or I'll put it on like, I think it was 103.3 has the 80s pop music on it, you know, and I'll sit back and listen to that stuff. But to me, it was the guitar players. You know, like fucking when you get turned on to Eric Clapton, or you get turned on to like Yngwie Malmsteen, Steve Vai, some of these amazing guitar players that, shit. Sorry. That's my wife. I'm sorry.
Yeah, vibrate.
Yeah.
I did the same thing. I just promoted vibrate.
I don't know. There we go. Like I said, when I heard all these guitar players, man, I was like, I want to do that.
Yeah.
You know, so
Did it seem impossible to you? Because, I mean, even though the 80s might have been a weird time for music, they were surgical shredders.
yeah. Well, somebody had said something one time on Facebook, like, what are some underrated guitar players? Like every fucking hair metal guitar player ever. Like C.C. DeVille.
Yeah.
Like, holy shit, this dude's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
You know? What's his name from Whitesnake?
Me and names don't get along.
Yeah, me neither.
I'll see all their faces and then the names
You
and
know,
like whatever.
and
yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Every guitar player Iron Maiden's ever thought about even auditioning.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And then you get like above and beyond into a whole nother fucking realm of guitar playing, Zakk Wylde.
Sure.
Like, this dude must fucking sleep with his guitar.
Right.
There's no way he doesn't.
Yeah.
You know, and you look at it, you're like, I will never be that good. I know this.
Yeah.
I don't practice near enough.
Yeah.
I will never be on that level. But I want to be.
Sure. And that's what keeps people going.
That's what keeps people going.
At least you can look at it through realistic eyes, not pessimistic, but just realistic eyes that
Yeah.
like, you know, with an acceptance. Like, look, I know that's the stratosphere and I'm not quite there yet, but I can keep on moving up.
As long as I'm better than I was yesterday.
Sure.
Every time I pick up my guitar, I want to be better than I was 5 minutes ago.
When did you pick up the guitar, like a real adult-sized guitar, and start playing? What was your first real guitar?
That one.
How old were you?
14.
Yeah?
I still have it.
That's nice.
That's it.
That's fine.
The strap, oh, it's in that case.
Yeah.
The strap for that guitar, I still have.
Nice.
So that's it. That's the actual one right there. I have all the parts.
Yeah.
I want to get it repainted and get it redone. I just started fooling with it. Actually, a friend of mine had it. And I was like, I want my guitar back, blah, blah, blah. And I forgot he had it. He was like, dude, come get this one. I was like, what are you talking about? He was like, come get your fucking guitar. I was like, hell yeah.
Nice.
So there it is, man. That's it. I got it. My drummer got it on a trade deal or something like that, because my drummer was actually my bass player back then. Mm-hmm. I think he was 17 or 18. I was like 14. And we played in a band together. And I bought it from him.
Gotcha.
And he was like, worked all summer, you know, and gave him like $200 for it, I think.
What is this? What kind of guitar?
It's a BC Rich Warlock. Yeah.
So 15, you pick this, you get this, and what are you doing at the time? What are you able to do on the guitar at that time?
This is gonna sound bad. I haven't progressed since then. I play the same way now that I did when I was 15, 16 years old.
Yeah.
Just a mediocre guitar player that has fun doing it.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay.
That's all there is to it.
Yeah.
So I just enjoy it, man. You know, and we were playing stuff like you know, Knocking on Heaven's Door.
Sure.
You know, we were playing hair metal, you know, Look What the Cat Dragged In and stuff like that, you know, and we played ballrooms.
Uh-huh.
And they would sneak me in the back door. They only knew I was underage. Sneak me in the back door, we'd play, and bring me right back out the back door.
Nice.
You know, and they were
I'm
cool.
the only one that I've talked to that was the situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then got a little older, played in that band for a while, and got a little older, and I was like, man, I want to play in a thrash metal band.
What was it at that time you were, what did you call yourselves, and what were you?
Oh, the band's name was Seventh.
Seventh?
Seventh.
Seventh?
Yeah, without the N, yeah.
Gotcha. All right.
I think it was an accident. We just went with it.
Okay.
We're like, what dumbass can't spell seventh?
Yeah.
So we just went with it because it was like, fuck it, it's cool, it's different.
And it was
Just-
earlier rock
Yeah,
covers.
Poison,
Gotcha.
some White Snake. We played some Warrant, stuff like that. You know, the 80s hair metal.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
and we wrote a few originals. You know, but they were just as cheesy.
Sure.
You know, just regular ba ba da 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 da. You know, and we just had fun, man, and we got to play a lot. You know, like I say, we played the same ballroom every other weekend. Mm-hmm. Every other weekend, they were like, "Hey, y'all come play," you know, whatnot, and people dug it because we were so young.
And this is Laplace?
Yeah.
Okay.
So plus, I think the ballroom. I think that's one of the last bars left in Laplace.
Oh, no shit.
I think it's either a ballroom or a car wash place now. I'm not sure.
Gotcha. What was the name?
I don't remember. It's a little blue ballroom. It used to be next to Rusty's.
Oh, okay.
I can't
Anybody
remember.
listening out there is gonna know from.
They're like, oh, is that such and such? Yeah.
Right now.
But I can't remember the name of the fucking place.
Yeah. So you're playing over there, they're sneaking you in and out, and you sounded like maybe you had a bit of a change of heart. Did you want to
No.
go in a different direction or what?
The drummer we had, him and one of my sisters, they were dating, whatnot, and they eventually got married, and this and that, whatnot, and me and him did not get along at all whatsoever. And it just got to be to where we couldn't play together anymore.
Gotcha.
And I guess, I mean, I was young, I was a kid.
Yeah.
And I started getting into hot rods and this and that, and they were like, bro, you gonna play music or you gonna play with your car? I was like, I'm gonna play with my car. Go fuck yourself, you know?
Yeah.
So, and one night, I just graduated, I think, or I was still in high school, I can't remember. And a buddy of mine was like, hey man, I got this open mic thing. You wanna go play guitar? I was like, yeah, sure. You know, why not? So I went out there, me and a buddy of mine and his girlfriend went out there, and nobody wanted to play with me. They had like a house band. And I was like, hey man, y'all want to jam? And the guy was like, all right, we just finished playing for like an hour, you know, fuck you, pretty much.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, fuck it, I'll go play myself. So I got up on stage, man, I just started playing every scale I knew. You know, just like fucking shredding, you know, and playing as fast and hard and pissed off as I could.
Yeah.
And like a couple days later, I get a phone call and it's like, hey man, you remember that drummer from the other night? I was like, yeah, the one that told me to go fuck myself, basically. I ended up playing in a band with him for like the next 6 years.
Yeah.
And we were gonna play some covers. We had learned like a Smashing Pumpkins song, some Bush,
Sure.
stuff like that. And I was like, well, man, I got these ideas for some little heavier stuff. You know, and he's like, what heavy are you talking about? Like, you know, Testament, Slayer, stuff like that. I was like, no, some stuff I've been writing. So next thing you know, man, we were so heavily drug influenced at the time.
Sure.
We wrote like 10 hours worth of fucking music in like 3 months.
Wow.
You know, we had originals coming out of our ass. So we started playing, and we played and 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 played.
And that was under Sabbath?
No, that was a band called Head Rush.
Head Rush? Okay.
And we just burned ourselves out real fast.
How old were you at this time?
21,
Okay.
22, 23, in that general area.
And you had talked about how you were in a hot rod, so you weren't really playing music, and then this happens, and then you just kind of jump back on the music. Has it been a characteristic of yourself that you've noticed where it's all or nothing and it's one thing?
I have a very addictive personality.
Sure.
So I'm in, I'm all in.
Yeah.
You know, I quit playing for a while, probably close to a little over 10 years.
Wow.
Yeah. Like I say, that band was, I guess it's no secret. I guess I was like thinking, how do I say this? But I was an alcoholic and a drug addict.
Uh-huh.
You know, period. And all in or nothing, you know?
Sure.
So nobody wanted to play music with me.
Gotcha.
And I wasn't even really interested. I was just so consumed with drugs and alcohol that I couldn't fucking function.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't have wanted to play. I'm like, fuck that dude, you know?
Sure.
So I quit playing for a long time. And I ended up checking myself into rehab. I stayed in rehab for almost a year.
Gotcha.
And my wife, she coming to me, she was like, because I told her, yeah, I used to play guitar and this and that, whatnot. You know, it's like, yeah. I have a guitar in that case. It was her dad's guitar, an old acoustic guitar. Mm-hmm. And she brought it to me one day. And she's like, here, you know, play this one. Because I had one guitar left. It's in a closet in the other room. I got guitars all over the fucking house. And I had one guitar left and an old electric PV. And I didn't have an amp or anything like that. She brought me that acoustic. And I was like, man, I forgot how much I love to play guitar. You know, I still suck at it, but I love to fucking play.
Yeah.
So I started writing acoustic songs. And I wrote Begging for Change album. We were living in an apartment, me and her. And we were just dating at the time, you know, and she I'd go visit her on the weekends and whatnot because I lived out in Ocean Springs and she was living in Marksville, and then she got a job over in Picayune, apartment, and yada, yada, yada. Then I wrote a whole fucking acoustic album, just me. The first Bald Dog Project album is just me on it.
Spawned out of getting that acoustic.
Getting that acoustic, yeah. And it just, poof, just like that, I was hooked again.
Now, during the time, like when you spent time in rehab, were you writing at all or coming up with lyrics at all? Or were there any musical elements
Yeah.
that accompanied the time?
Most of, probably 95% of all Bald Dog Project songs are fucking personal. You know?
That's what I would imagine. That's why I asked.
All of the lyrics on the first 2 albums,
Yeah.
that one and the one with the full band, every one of those lyrics are poems or just pissed off in my healing,
Sure.
so to speak, I guess,
Yeah.
that I was just writing down. Yeah, writing down, and then I took it and formatted it into songs.
Gotcha.
So a lot of it's like some real personal shit, you know? And when I was in rehab, that's what I was healing,
Sure.
trying to fix, what do you call that? I'm horrible with words.
Atonement, make amends, I guess.
Yeah, to myself.
Sure.
You know, everybody has a lot of, to me, not everybody's like, oh, I'm perfect, blah, 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 I'm this and that, I'm this and that. Yeah, cool, man, but who are you really?
Yeah.
And once I sat down and looked at me, I was like, man, I hate that fucking dude.
Yeah.
So,
It's that's a slippery slope.
Yeah.
I would say because for people, I mean, I was heavy into drinking and drugs and stuff coming up, and they say it's consuming, but it really becomes so much of who you are. Like it shoves out. There's only so much space in you for whatever.
right.
It embodies so much of your time, personality, the things you say, the things you become, the things you do, that you don't have enough space left for you.
Right.
You know, and then you don't realize that until it's like
Till you're
a
going.
fucking shell of a person.
Right.
That's just a locust walking around consuming things until they're dead and then moving on to the next thing. It's horrible. So, I mean, I understand where you're coming from, and it's hard to be able to sit down and try to find yourself on paper or in isolation or both, really.
Right.
But to be able to have that as a memento of that time spent reacquainting yourself with you is really special.
Yeah.
And to have it manifest itself in an album is even all the more special. So, I mean, that's pretty cool. So that's basically the genesis of the birth of the Bald Dog Project.
Pretty much.
Gotcha.
You know, back when we were Head Rush, I wanted to name the band Bald Dog.
Okay.
And they were like, there ain't no fucking way are we naming our band Bald Dog. Yeah, it's fucking mine.
Yeah.
It was like, okay, well, look, we got a show coming up,
Yeah.
and we don't have a fucking band name. So we took all these dumb fucking names and threw them in a hat.
So what was wrong with Head Rush? Why did that have to change?
Well, we weren't Head Rush yet.
Oh, okay.
We didn't have a name.
Gotcha.
And I was like, I want to name the band Bald Dog. And they were like, no. Fuck no, we ain't doing that.
Kick as much ass. I'll
Right.
admit that.
You know?
Yeah.
And so we threw all these names in this hat.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, I swear to God, if Bald Dog gets fucking picked. So I'm sitting there waiting, man, and fucking names swirling all these dumb fucking names we had. Sure enough, dude, they pull out Bald Dog. I was like, fuck yeah. And they were like, no. Fuck you mean no? We just had this fucking agreement, and now fuck me, right? So, blah, 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 the years passed by, and I'm like, I'm naming this fucking, ain't nobody but me.
Right.
So I have no fucking arguments. I'm naming this motherfucking Bald Dog, and just to piss him off, it's gonna be the Bald Dog Project.
Yeah.
Like, how you have a project with just one guy?
Sure.
I was like, well,
Yeah,
I don't care. Fuck it. Yeah.
Yeah. So who do you rely on to be able to to forge this new path because it's got to be done a certain way. You got to stay clean. Like you can only let certain people around you.
No, I know who I am now, and I know who I don't want to fucking be.
Gotcha. So you're okay in any set.
My wife is a fucking angel, except when she calls me in the middle of what I'm doing.
Right.
Now, my wife, she keeps me in check.
Yeah.
You know, she keeps me in check.
Yeah, if you choose the right one, they can do that.
Yeah, she's awesome.
That's good.
Yeah, she's easy on the eyes.
Sure.
She keeps me in check.
Yeah.
She's like, dude, you going fucking insane. You know, and I'm like, what are you talking about? She's like, seriously? So she'll keep me grounded. And like I said, I know who I was, and I don't like that person.
Sure.
So there's nothing, you know, I mean, I've had really close fucking friends of mine pass away over the last 10 years. You know, I've been sober 13 years now.
Yeah.
And I've had some heavy fucking family loss. A lot of friends dying around me.
Yeah.
You know, and what do they say? But for the grace, there go I.
Yeah.
You know, so that's the only thing I can think of that keeps me sober.
Yeah. Well, your eyes are open.
Grounded, I'm not, because my head's still in the fucking clouds. I'm almost. I'll be 49 next week. You know, and my head's still in the clouds.
Sure.
And my wife kind of keeps me, hey man, hang out right here because this is where you probably should be.
Yeah.
And like I say, I look around, man, and I don't think there's anything, because believe me, I've been tested, you know, and I don't think there's anything that would fucking make me go back to being that person. I hope not.
That's good.
You know, anything short of the fucking apocalypse.
Yeah.
Be like, yeah, fuck it. It's going to end in about 20 minutes, so let me have just one last drink, or...
Right.
And I don't even think that'll happen.
Yeah.
I think I'd rather just enjoy it for what it is.
Right.
You know?
So you take all of this stuff that you've kind of poured out onto paper, and I guess the marrying of that with an acoustic was kind of appropriate at the time because you needed to ease back into the situation.
Well, when I started, like, I noticed I cannot sing. But it doesn't stop me from doing it. You know? I was like, man, every time I fucking try to sing something, it comes out fucking heavy metal.
Yeah.
I got an acoustic guitar. This might work.
Yeah.
You know? And seems to be working, kind of, you know?
Yeah.
And then I started writing. I was like, well, when my drummer, he was living out in California for a long time. And he moved back here. And he was like, dude, you should probably get a band with this. You know, because he was playing this other band. Fuck, what's their name?
What's his name?
John Walden.
John Walden. Okay.
Yeah. He was playing in this other band. He's a bass player, too.
Okay.
He's a really good bass player, too. And he was playing, I can't remember the name of the band he was playing in. And he was like, hey, man, you want to come open the show for us? And I was like, well, it's just...
Cali?
No. He had moved back here.
Okay.
Yeah, he moved back here. And he was like, you want to come open the show? I was like, well, it's just me and my guitar. He's like, yeah, man, come do it. All right. Now, granted, I haven't been on stage in probably 15 years.
Yeah.
At least 10 or better. So I'm fucking like nervous.
Yeah, of course.
You know, like, man, I don't even know if how people are gonna hate this. It's me screaming, playing acoustic, you know, and the show was fucking horrible. Like, dude, I just embarrassed you for me. It was bad. I was like, man, this fucking sucks. He was like, you know what you need? He said, man, you need a drummer and a bass player. And another guitar player, Brian. He said, I think you got something. And I was like, well, my old bass player from Head Rush, like I said, my buddy that he was in Balldoggy, the one that left, he was like, yeah, man, I heard your CD, you know? I was like, yeah? He's like, Brian, you should do that. I was like, you should do it with me. He's like, I don't know if anything people will like it, you know? I was like, fuck, I don't know. Doesn't matter. Let's do it. So me and him started playing. And then another old friend of mine, Tommy Cox, he plays for Constricted. He plays for Nothing Sacred. he played the fucking phone book. Got in touch with him, and I was like, hey, bro, you want to play some acoustic? He's like, yeah, bro, let's fucking do it. So me, Chucky, and Tommy played, we played a couple shows, and people started coming. I was like, it's weird. And then I told Johnny, I was like, hey, man, want to play some drums? He's like, give it a go and see what happens.
What were you doing that shows up until that point without a drummer? It was just three-piece?
Just three-piece acoustic set, yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it was weird, man.
Yeah.
But what made it more weird was, it's like we just word of mouth. We didn't have Facebook or anything like that. No Facebook page, no nothing. We just started telling friends.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, there's 50, 60 fucking people in the place. Like,
and
where the fuck hell came from?
vocals was just you.
Yeah.
Because, I said that, I blurted it out, and then I'm like, well, who the hell do you think Crosby, Stills, and Nash was? They would sit on stage with nothing else going on, but they would kind of harmonize. So, I guess, shit, it takes all kinds, you know what I'm saying? You're bringing together elements that people are not used to hearing together, and that might be what's making it of interest to people in the first place.
Maybe
it's
so.
making you say you're not sure, but it's making them say, hey, come check this out.
Yeah, man, it's been fun, and, nobody likes to play to 5 people, but I play to 5 people.
Yeah.
I'll play to
a lot of people do.
Yeah, I'll play to 5 people. I don't care.
Yeah.
I'll play to 5 people, 500 people.
Yeah.
It don't matter. I'm having fun.
Sure.
And the more people that come and have fun with me, hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's where we're at, basically. Still having fun, still playing. No intentions to stop.
Hey, have you heard about NewOrleansMusicians.com? It's a place where articles, music videos, interviews, and streaming music from Louisiana musicians can be found. Fans can join free. Music business professionals can join free too. And Louisiana musicians can join for free as well. It's also the place where Louisiana bands go to network and get free promotion. We've definitely got plenty, like this band. Check them out.
Since you have assembled some people and you know what it sounds like, what the identity or scope of this band sounds like, has it affected your writing process?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would imagine it has changed it somewhat.
It's changed it a lot. The Apocalyptic Hymns album, it's different. Mm-hmm. I started thinking more of lyrically, like what's the most heavy metal thing you could say? Started like, what's the most sick ass Slayer thing you could say, or Cannibal Corpse thing you could say with an acoustic guitar?
Yeah.
And I songs like "Scream with Me on the Knife." It's a skin on the floor stripped clean from the bone. It's like, that sounds cool. Yeah. It don't mean anything. It just sounds cool as shit. Yeah. And when you play it on an acoustic guitar, it's like, okay, this guy's playing an acoustic guitar. This ain't fucking John Denver. But John Denver's fucking amazing. But
right.
When you see a band, if you go into a place and you've never seen them before, and you're like, this guy's going to play acoustic guitar, but they're playing with severed mass. So you get up there on stage and you start playing heavy metal on an acoustic guitar.
Yeah.
I think that's what drew people's interest to come see it. And over the years, the crowds have been, sometimes we hit the nail on the head, sometimes you play into the bartender.
You know what, and I'm a firm believer in this, I don't feel like what you're doing, or what anybody's doing, not just you in particular, but I don't feel like when music is played, I don't feel like it must translate well. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't matter that these notes were written for the bass guitar. If you play them on the piano, you have something different.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to translate well. You can massage it into place. That's why you practice before you go get out there on stage, and you're like, all right, this might be a little rough, but stick with me. It gets better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And also, I wanted to bring up, which was a great point, Kirk Windstein. I interviewed him not too long ago, and he said something that stuck with me, which was that he never felt like for music to be heavy, it was defined by the instruments that were being used or the notes that were being played. He didn't even feel like it was defined by the music at all.
Right.
Heavy metal or just real sick ass shit. It's the mood that is set,
Yeah,
and that can be set with the lyrics.
You ever listen to classical music? That's just fucking sick.
Yes, exactly, right.
You know?
Perfect point. So for him to say, look, it's not even about the music itself, it's about the mood that is set. Sometimes it's heavy because of the lyrics or the subject matter, especially. That basically was his point.
Right.
And that's interesting when you think about that, because then it frees you from thinking in the context of, all right, if we're going to be heavy, we need this guy's instrument, or if we're going to be heavy, we need this riff. No, you don't, man. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it kind of frees you up. It gives you the freedom to be able to express yourself.
We've all seen fucking we've all been to Slayer concerts. We've all been seen Testament, Anthrax, fucking, Metallica, Megadeth. We've all seen Cannibal Corpse. We've all seen Exhorder. We've all seen fucking Soylent Green. And it's fucking intense. It's heavy. Static X, Pantera. Sure. These fucking big major bands, You've been to the opera? It's the same fucking feeling. It's the same feeling.
Yeah.
Or the Philharmonic Orchestra.
Sure.
These guys...
Plugging into 220, dude, just like...
Are they not even plugged in?
No, I'm saying you feel that.
Yeah, you're like...
Sucking on a light socket.
Holy shit. Yeah. I can't... It's just fucking... It's heavy. It's fucking insane, man.
Yeah.
My wife turned me on to... Because she was like, let's go to the opera. Let's go see Carmen. Okay. Sure. Dude, I was like, holy fuck, this is amazing.
Yes.
It's like you said.
Absolutely.
And, man, that's probably going to stick with me now.
Sure.
I've never heard it put that way.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it doesn't have to be... You don't need 10 fucking wall of fucking Marshall cabinets to fucking be heavy.
And classical is a perfect example, dude. I've got I don't know how I came across it. I love vinyl, so I've got this record. I forgot the dude's name. So he's a Chilean orphan, right? 12 years old. He's traveling around his country, or all of South America, homeless, but he knows how to play piano. So he's playing, drawing crowds, making enough money to be able to hop a train and get somewhere else and do the same thing. But so you put this record on and listen to him play the piano and start reading about his life. That's fucking heavy.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's heavy. You're like, this dude had nowhere to turn, and he's pumping out this music that is intense, but it's piano. You know what I'm saying? But it's still, the method is there. The message is there. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think you're too far off base, man. I just think that people don't look at it through those lenses, so they don't consider the idea that it can still drive a hole in one from 300 yards out. But
right.
It's heavy enough. It'll get there. It'll get to you.
Yeah.
So that's a cool concept that I think I'm interested in exploring. I hope other people are once they listen to this. I think it's something worth considering.
Somebody has said one time that heavy metal is just classical music plugged in.
Sure, it's true.
It is.
You hope to have that intensity.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And I guess, you listen to stuff like David Bowie. Mm-hmm. David Bowie wasn't a big David Bowie fan.
Sure.
Because he's a little before my time, and not taking away from his greatness. David Bowie's fucking amazing. Yeah. But it just wasn't my cup of tea. But if you take some of that stuff, like what Nirvana did, The Man Who Sold the World.
Okay.
and they did it acoustic, but it was heavy.
Yeah.
It wasn't the David Bowie version-ish.
Right.
They just took it and put their own spin on it.
It was awesome.
And it was awesome.
Yeah.
Not taken away from David Bowie's version, because this is bad to the bone too, but Metallica did that with Queen. Fuck.
You're testing yourself today, buddy.
I am.
Like, come on, memory.
I am.
Come on, man.
Remember I tell you about all the drugs I used to do?
Yeah, right. Well, you know, I get it.
Damn it, it's on the tip of my tongue.
Metallica and Queen. I'm not going to remember names, dude.
Stone Cold Crazy.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. You know, and Queen's chorus was Stone Cold Crazy, you know, and Metallica's Stone Cold Crazy. I was like, so they just took it and went, poof.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah.
So, it did, like you said, man, it could be anything. If you want it to be heavy, then it's heavy.
Sure.
And if you want it to not be, it could easily not be. You know, wipe some.
Pause for a second so they can get it out of this system.
It's up to you.
Just let them bark and finish, and then we can get back.
Yeah. God, man, when I listen to stuff, man, I try to be, the only thing I never really could get into is like the heavy rap music. But then you got some shit that's just undeniable, like old NWA and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know, and then you got Eminem, who's like, where the fuck this dude came from, because he's fucking bad to the bone.
Yeah.
You know, you listen to shit like that, and like Mariah Carey, who hits those notes. You know,
That's insane.
like,
It's like a dolphin or something.
right? You know, talent is talent.
Sure.
Talent's talent, and no matter if it's your cup of tea or not, you can't take away from being amazing.
I think behind the scenes too has always interested me, and you brought up rap music. There was a time when they started pulling people into court for sampling, when it first started happening.
Yeah.
And in response to that, I mean, people chose different routes, but one of the routes that was chosen was by Portishead. And they do like, it's kind of mood music. It's a little bit of rock, a little bit of hip hop, and kind of somber, laid back, chill music. But anyway, what they started doing was, instead of sampling, because they didn't want to get pulled into court, they started making music to sample from, to put in other songs. So the terrain around us can kind of augment and change what we put out. You know, it's just like you had an acoustic and that was it.
Yeah.
So you started writing and performing with that acoustic. It was your outside influence that changed who you were. Getting Clean and Sober changed who you were, and it changed the material that was emanating from you. It wasn't no longer like Kill 'Em All, it was something different.
Yeah, it was kill them all nicely.
Right. Kill 'em all and be at peace with yourself.
Yeah, kill them all and be okay with it.
So I know you want to keep a lot of this under wraps, but maybe we could scratch the surface a little bit, and I gotta ask, because we've been talking about symphony, and I mean, I'm curious. From what I know, I won't say, but I'd like for you to let people out there know about your side project, which you would like known.
I have a side project, Blackwall Symphony.
Okay.
It's out there. We have, I think, three songs out now on YouTube.
All right.
Or something. And
it pops up, by the way, Blackwall Symphony, because I don't think anything else is named that. It came up for me real quick.
Oh, okay, cool. I wanted to do something electric, but I didn't want to do Ball Dog Project electric.
Okay.
Because Ball Dog Project has its acoustic. I wanted to be acoustic.
Okay.
My drummer, Johnny, me and him, we're on the same page.
Okay.
You know, we want to keep it acoustic because it started acoustic. It's always been acoustic. It's going to stay acoustic. It's just, we've tried to build, you know, we don't want people to go, oh, the Ball Dog Project, oh, they used to be acoustic, but then they, you know, started playing electric. It's like the Ball Dog Project is an acoustic metal band.
Right, so you had to start something different.
I wanted to start something different. I wanted to play some heavier stuff, just because, whatever. And Johnny was like, all right, well, let's do it. I was like, all right, cool. So we started it, me and him. And we had a bass player, Shannon, and Shannon, he ended up passing away. And that took the wind right out of the sails.
When did this all occur? Like, when was the start of the band?
2019.
Okay.
2020, something like that. Something like that. Shannon ended up, he had a heart issue. And he had a pacemaker, and they went to jumpstart it, and he had a bunch of complications and whatnot, and he ended up passing away.
Gotcha.
And that was fucking devastating. I mean, we've been knowing Shannon since we were kids.
Yeah.
Amazing fucking bass player. He's just one of those people that walks in the room, you're instantly drawn to him. He's just a great fucking human.
Yeah.
And he ended up passing away. So we just stopped. It's like, man, it ain't the same.
Where were you at that point in time with it?
We had just started writing stuff.
Okay.
Just started writing stuff.
Okay.
And this dude just brung that Steve Harris bass playing to the mix. The guy is fucking amazing. Have you ever seen somebody play arpeggios on a fucking bass? Yeah. This dude he was just awesome. He always has been since we were kids. You grew up watching him play. They're on stage and you're in a crowd like a little kid, like, I won't fucking play. And so you grow up watching it, man, and we just never got together to be able to play together. He was just on a different fucking level.
Sure.
And like I say, he ended up passing away, so we stopped for a while. And then we picked back up. We got Kane Gracia, still don't know how to say his last name, been known to do it for years. He came in, and then we got Steve Broussard came in, and then Johnny decided that he didn't want to do that with us, so we got another drummer. Jeff Waller's playing drums for us now.
Okay.
And currently we're still writing and getting ready to play.
Okay. Is there anything else that you can tell us about what to expect, or you draw the line there?
I like to do different stuff than what the rest of that I notice a lot of the other bands are doing.
Sure.
I mean, a lot of them. We got so much fucking great local talent. It's unfucking believable.
I'll tell you what you could do. This won't be crossing the line. You said there's 3 songs out right now.
Yeah.
If you could describe one of those songs, either the writing process or what they're going to hear, elements of it, because I want the audience that's listening to this to be able to understand what it is your scope is with this new project. Not giving away too much, you can. Yeah.
I like old thrash.
Okay.
Like old 80s thrash. It's like everybody else. Everybody loves that shit. Yeah. I like 80s thrash, man, but I want to be able to incorporate some of the other stuff into it, like, classical music.
Okay.
Orchestras.
Some of the stuff that we were talking about,
Yeah.
how that's heavy too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe you can make all that blend
Yeah.
some kind of fucking way. It's got to be a way.
So, perfect name, Blackwall Symphony.
Yeah.
It kind of melds the two
Yeah.
families, two genres.
We have, I think, Through the Valley was, the first one we did. I think that one's out. Of course, the dynamics have changed since different members and stuff, and we've added a full fucking symphony to it.
Wow.
I'm talking about choir, violins, cellos, horns,
Yeah.
fucking flutes,
Yeah.
timpanis, though. Just like poof.
Fantastic.
But Through the Valley was something that we had sat here, and it was an old song that I had back in Head Rush.
Okay.
And I was like, well, Head Rush played 4,000 fucking miles an hour. It was speed metal thrash. Yeah,
Sure.
Yeah,
extreme.
And I was like, okay, I can't play that way anymore because I'm fucking old. I'm not 20 years old full of fucking cocaine anymore. So I can't play that fast anymore. I probably could, but I'm just not dedicated enough to sit down and practice and redo it.
Yeah.
I'm a lazy fucking musician. So we took that and made it new, if that makes sense. Because if you listen to old, like Exodus, or listen to old, like Accept, stuff like that, those bands, you can tell, okay, this is all analog, 1983, like listen to Kill 'Em All and listen to the Black Album.
Sure.
Big fucking difference.
Right.
Same band, big fucking difference.
Yeah.
It was like, all right, we're going to take this from, 1996, and I'm going to make it 2024.
Now this is going on in your mind while you're trying to orchestrate this, so to speak. This
Yeah.
is not you trying to describe it to others. This is what's going on in your
Here's what's going on in my
This
brain.
is the point of what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And my brain is going,
Sure.
there's a little hamster in there spinning around, fucking.
Kudos for being able to articulate it, because sometimes somebody asks me, what were you thinking at the time? I'd be like, I'm scared to tell you, dude.
Yeah, you really don't know. So that's what I'm trying to do with the Blackwall Symphony. Ball Dog Project is my main focus, 100% my main focus, and Blackwall Symphony, if and when it ever comes to light, I want it to be. I want people to walk in like we did, every time I try to do, or I say every time we try to do with the Ball Dog Project is somebody walks in, they hear for the first time, they leave going, man, that was fucking cool.
Right.
What the fuck were they? How the fuck did they figure?
Yeah.
How did they think to take acoustic guitar and turn it into heavy metal? I want the same thing for Blackwall Symphony going.
Yeah.
That's a great idea.
Now these.
Even if it's a shitty idea, I want to walk away going, that was fucking cool.
Right.
Yeah,
definitely. These 3 tracks you said that are out right now. How did you accommodate that? And I asked that because you have so many pieces.
Well, the 3 that are out right now are they don't have all the symphony and all that on it.
Oh, okay.
It's something we wanted to do, we just didn't have the capabilities.
Okay.
And now I have the capability now.
So those pieces that are out right now, those 3 tracks that are out right now, you intend to redo them
Yeah.
to capacity. Gotcha.
Yeah, we tend to rework them.
I mean, it's important for them to know what they're listening to. This is like a work in progress that's published.
Yeah, and they're good. I think they're good.
Sure.
But adding another element to it, I think it's something we wanted to do because, like I said, Johnny was original part of that, and Johnny keeps me. He's my voice of reason.
Gotcha.
Musically.
You sound like you need a few of those around you.
Yeah, I do.
Your wife and Johnny.
Yeah. Sometimes I may or may not allegedly be out of control. Sometimes.
Hey, at least you got him. At least you got him.
Yeah, Johnny keeps me in check musically. My wife keeps me in check lifely.
Sure.
So he, like I said, Johnny was originally part of that. I mean, he's still a part of it. He helped orchestrate the music for the first 3 that are out.
Okay.
Me and Johnny write good together. We've been playing together so fucking long. He pretty much knows what I'm thinking. I know what he's thinking.
Yeah, that's nice.
We can walk in here and he'll just start fiddling around. I start playing along with him.
Sure.
And we gel well together. We always have.
Yeah.
Even when we were kids, he'd pick up his bass, I'd pick up my guitar, and we just play well together.
Sure.
And so he's still a part of that. He's just not playing in the band.
Okay.
And the ones that are out now, we're I ain't the fucking word I'm looking for.
Well, I don't think you mean physically re-recording. You're
We're re-recording.
Right? Yeah, I mean you intend to, but what you're trying to say right now, I would imagine that you're trying to rewrite it to include all of these.
Yes.
To accommodate all these other pieces.
Yeah, we're trying to figure out a way to add all this other stuff into it.
Sure.
And if and when it ever comes out, I want it to be, boom.
Sure.
You know, it's like I said, I
The Walmart of sound.
yeah. I don't want it to be. I want it to be classy and tasteful,
Sure.
and I want it to sound like we sat back and really. Somebody told me. I'm sorry. I told somebody one time, and I can't believe this even came out of my fucking brain, but it did. I was like, man, you know what? Instead of writing fucking, he was like, oh, we got like 47 fucking songs. I was like, cool, bro. How many of them are fucking a masterpiece? Why write 85 fucking songs when you can write one bad motherfucker?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
That's funny.
Because you listen to, like Holy Wars.
Okay.
The entire Rust in Peace album. Mm-hmm. Every song on there is a fucking masterpiece, in my opinion.
I know what you're saying.
Master of Puppets. Every song on there is a bad motherfucker. Every single fucking one.
Tight. Yep.
But you listen to So Far So Good, So What? Mm-hmm. They're not all.
I know what you're saying.
They're not all incredibly amazing.
Yeah.
Some of them are just Phil, you know, or Kill 'Em All. You know, Dave Mustaine's first album. Kill 'Em All is like, they're not all amazing.
Yeah.
So why write 57 fucking songs when you can write 5 that are fucking awesome?
Right?
So if it takes you another year, let it take you another year.
Sure.
It takes you another 5 years. In between Injustice for All and the Black Album, I think it was what, 7 years before they did that?
Yeah.
And the Black Album's fucking great.
There's a lot of ways to cut through, and I think that's one of the ways to be able to do it. A lot of market saturation, if you will, out there right now.
Yeah.
And I've spoken on this with many musicians. The technology is such, and the platforms on the internet are such to where anybody can put out anything, and it can be them farting on a microphone. It don't matter, because they can have it up and live and ready to be downloaded or paid for or whatever in like 10 minutes.
Right.
So there's so much music coming out right now that you, as a talented musician, have to cut through to be able to be heard, because there's so much other noise.
Yeah.
So
Well,
it's tricky.
I don't put myself in the talented musician category.
You're not the judge then.
Yeah, I'm just a guy trying to play guitar, man.
That's it. You will make the noise. The ears decide whether or not it's good. But in all fairness, you're trying to do something with a purpose. And sometimes what I'm saying is, some people don't.
I don't want to
They
write.
get heard just as much as you on the platforms, because there's so many of them. There's so many people.
Can you imagine being, you know, on that level and having to play a song that night after night after night after night, you're like, I hate this fucking song,
Yeah.
but I gotta play it?
Yeah.
Or would you rather, I would rather get up on stage and go, all right, I'm about to play this fucking song. I'm about to play this song. And you got this big smile on your face because you like the song.
Sure.
If you hate the fucking song, but you have to play it, I want to be able to play every song that I like.
Yeah.
Yes, and there's not a Ball Dog Project song that I don't like. You know?
It matters. It comes out in your performance.
Yeah. And I want Blackwall Symphony to be the same thing. I want to be able to play every song, going, and then, like, all right, I like this song and I can't wait to finish it because I want to play the next one.
Sure.
Because I really like the next one too.
Yeah.
I want them all to be like that on everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
So the Bald Dog Project, it's clear that the reason for forming that and making those songs hit really close to home. It was real personal.
Yeah.
That's not so much the case with
With Blackwall Symphony.
This is more like a sonic experiment, I gather.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think about it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just something that, can this be done?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you feel like it needs lyrics at all?
It has plenty.
So I mean, you felt it necessary to put lyrics into this.
Yeah, I like instrumentals,
Uh-huh.
but I don't listen to the whole album full of them.
Okay.
That's just me. I mean, classical music it's all instrumental, but
Well, that's why
you can feel like, remember we talked about the opera earlier. You go to the opera, man, I don't speak fucking Italian. I don't know what the fuck they're singing about, but I get the story.
Yeah, it doesn't even matter. You know what I
Yeah.
compare it to? It's like a tattoo. It's like you can look at a tattoo and not know what the hell it is, but say to yourself,
But you can get it.
It's awesome.
Yeah, you'll get it.
You might find out later because you know that person 10 years ago his mom died or some shit and that's what it's for.
Right.
But who gives a shit? It's still a nice piece. Why'd you have to know that in the first place? Just take it for what it is and be on your way. You know what I'm saying?
Pretty much, yeah.
But so I was curious about because when you confront something like this, you have to decide what elements are going to be contributed from each of the genres or each of the classes of music, right? So you decide that you want all these instruments from the symphonic portion, and then you decide, but wait a minute, I still want lyricism from the metal side of it. So it's interesting to hear somebody say, well, these are the elements I'm going to incorporate into it.
Yeah, I want to incorporate medieval theory.
Okay.
Knights and swords and horseback and dueling and and take that and put with religion, which is, I know it's taboo, but
Right.
I want to take religion and politics and fucking medieval sword fighting and fucking all of that and take, put Beethoven in a room with fucking Barack Obama and see what happens.
Sure.
Let's take Beethoven and put him in a room with fucking Kerry King.
Yeah.
Let's take fucking Tchaikovsky and put him in a room with fucking Joel Saunier. Let's
what happens.
put Mama Cass in a fucking room with fucking put Mama Cass in a room with Janis Joplin.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, man, that could have been cool.
Yeah.
Put fucking and see what happens.
Sure.
Let's blend this and this and this and take something that doesn't fucking belong in there and put that in here. Okay, yeah, it doesn't fucking match. Add the fuck all. But I bet it could.
Yeah.
Will this work?
And that's where the musicianship comes into play.
Yeah, and you're like, okay, this works.
Yeah.
Same thing with same thing with Ball Dog. You've had Days of the New, which is really fucking cool. How cool would it have been if somebody was going, like, that could have been cool. I bet this will work.
Yeah.
And if it works, hell yeah. If it don't, cool.
Yeah. You went there, you figured it out.
Yeah. Okay, it doesn't work. But it wasn't because But it wasn't because we didn't fucking give it a bang.
Right.
I'm not gonna succeed at everything, but I'll be damned if I'm gonna fail at everything.
Well, I mean, I like the idea to keep in mind that you are interested in the refinement of what you come out with, such to where it is as close to a masterpiece as you can make it. It's not something that you're just like, here, does this work? You're doing it first. You know what I'm saying? You're working out all the mechanicals to see what stays, what goes, what elements are we keeping, and why, and what translates, and now it's starting.
Man, you're great with words. Because I never would have thought to say it that way, but yeah.
That's cool. I just want to make sure I'm getting it. Not,
Yeah.
If I'm getting it, they're getting it too.
Yeah.
Tell everybody where they can find both things. Ball Dog Project.
Ball Dog Project's fucking everywhere. Google Ball Dog Project, man, it comes up on shit I didn't know existed.
Great.
It's on Deezer, iPhones, Apple Music, obviously YouTube, Facebook.
Yeah.
We have our own website.
Okay.
www.theballdogproject.com.
Of course.
Go buy our crap. It's on every outlet. We put it on CD Baby.
All right.
And CD Baby took it and went poof,
distribution
everywhere.
Yeah.
Like you Google it. I Googled it one time just for the fuck of it.
Just to see.
I was like, what are we on? Holy shit.
Right.
What the hell is this? It's on shit I never heard of. I didn't even know what the fuck Deezer was.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck is Deezer? How do we get on there? You know, it's on everything.
Okay.
Blackwall Symphony, I have no idea. I really don't. I know it's on YouTube. It has a Facebook page.
Okay.
We don't really promote it or anything like that yet.
Enough. It's early stages.
Yes, just so. That's it. Like I said, Bald Dog Project is on everything. And worst case, if you can't seem to find it, balddogproject.com. You know, we have a.
Is the I'm sorry.
It's the Bald Dog Project. Yeah, yeah. The Bald Dog.
Yeah. Just want to make sure that the was in the website address.
Yeah, www.thebalddogproject.com. Okay. Yeah, and pretty much you can hear. Just the only thing you can't hear is the Begging for Change album.
Okay.
I think I have a copy of it, but that's not on the website. That's not on anything.
Okay.
So that was just. I think it's only 5 songs on it, or something like that. 5, maybe 6, and it was pre-band.
Right.
Yeah, it was just the name, me with a guitar.
Right.
That was it. Yeah, and a couple songs that I was pissed off writing.
Do you have a pattern of you can't wait to put shit out, can you?
Yeah.
Like you just
yeah.
Like,
I get excited, man.
I know.
You know?
I know the feeling. When I find something I like, I can't wait to share it with somebody else.
You know,
that way too.
Can you imagine a painter sitting there with all these ideas and want to do, and he can't get the paint off the brush onto the canvas fast enough?
Yeah.
That's where I'm at.
I get it.
With everything.
That's a beautiful thing, though.
Yeah. My patience, I'm not really known for my patience level.
Right.
But, like I say, my drummer for Bald Dog Johnny, he reels me in going, hold on, bro, you gotta wait. Just wait.
Yeah.
Just wait. You sure you want to do it that way? Think about it.
Yeah.
Why don't we do this?
You're going to teach yourself, because with this whole is it a masterpiece question, you're putting yourself to the test because you realize how much patience is involved in creating a masterpiece.
Well,
refinement is not even the word to use. I mean,
I use that term very loosely because believe me, it's not a fucking masterpiece. But it is for me.
You are high for yourself, and that takes patience. So
it takes time,
that, dude.
Yeah. It takes time.
Well, thank you for your time, man.
Man, thank you, bro. I appreciate it too.
Awesome.
Quite simply, I want it to be the source for music in Louisiana. If I can bring everybody to the table, then I can help a ton of people.